Oh, hey there. Thanks for joining us. Well, when I say us, I mean me. I'm here to help walk you through some important information about this event. We've got a lot of information to cover, so please try and keep up. You're going to have to do a lot better than that if you're going to keep up, so let's go. First things first, a copy of the National Tournament Rules were included in the finalist guide you received after winning your singles regional. They're also printed here in the event program. While I make some copies, I'm going to turn it over to my evil nemesis, the VO guy, to give you some other important information.
It's your responsibility to make sure you certify yourself at the skill level that reflects your true ability. Your last opportunity to recertify yourself will be immediately following this meeting. We realize most players practice more than normal before they come to this event. Some players may not drink as much, and the playing conditions are likely better than what they are used to. Don't get disqualified due to any of these reasons. If you have gone up during the spring session locally, it's your responsibility to ensure you are playing at that higher skill level here. You may notice on some of the brackets there are spots near the top of the bracket where a player's name should be. These spots allow for a player who has certified themselves higher to be moved to the appropriate tier for that skill level prior to the start of the tournament. For example, a skill level 4 in 8-ball who certifies himself as a skill level 5 will be moved from their yellow tier match to one of the red tier spots. After the certification process, if a spot is not filled, it will become a bye. Please check with match info before your scheduled round of play to verify if you will be playing these matches or if they have become a bye. Once the tournament has begun, you will remain in the same tier for its entirety. Should your skill level increase or decrease, you will not be moved to a different bracket. However, you will have to win the number of games or points required for your new skill level based on the Games Must Win chart. The ladies and gentlemen you'll see wearing bright green shirts are official observers. Some observers may also be incognito during the tournament. In some cases, you'll be aware of when your team is being observed. In other cases, you won't. The observer is looking at the ability of the player. Don't assume if an observed player loses, his or her skill level won't go up. The observers are off limits. They are there to observe the matches they are asked to watch. If you have a complaint about your opponent's skill level, write it down and turn it into the control table. Do not ask an observer to watch a player or to make rulings. Call for a referee. When observers are not watching a particular player, they roam the room watching random matches. Remember, this is for your benefit. As long as players are playing honest, there's no reason to be uncomfortable with the presence of an observer. They're here to protect you. Our National Handicap Review Committee reviews all players between each round, and the observers report to them after each match they observe.
Oh, back already? I was just making a few copies to make sure everyone would know who I am, which brings me to my next topic, name badges. All players need badges to enter the playing arena. Badges are in your registration packet. Also be aware, practice is not allowed on the open tables between rounds. You may get some practice in by playing in the mini tournaments in the Mini Mania tournament room. When entering the playing arena, only do so at the entrances. Do not jump over or crawl under the pipe and drape. After all, you don't want to spend your trip in Vegas in the hospital. Scooters are not allowed in the playing arena. They must be parked in the back of the room. The aisles must be clear at all times per Las Vegas Fire Code. Be sure to turn off your cell phones while in the tournament room unless you have silent or vibrate mode. They can be extremely distracting. Don't answer a cell phone during a match. If you do, a sportsmanship warning will be issued. Players are not allowed to wear headsets while playing their match. This is a modified single elimination tournament, which means every player gets 2 opportunities to play, not necessarily 2 opportunities to lose. If you think you're out of the tournament, verify on the board your opponent has advanced as the winner and there is no longer a place for you to advance. For verification of your next match, you may ask for a match time request form. Match time request forms can be obtained from the match information staff only after labels have been posted. Claims of being misinformed about a match time will only be entertained with a match time request form signed by an APA staff member. If you have questions about the modified single format, refer to the program guide for further explanation. Now I'm going to turn it back over to the VO guy for information on forfeits, scorekeeping, and proper identification procedures.
Forfeit time is 15 minutes. However, do not wait 15 minutes to let the referee know that your opponent has not shown up for the match. Even though the forfeit time is 15 minutes, every effort is made to locate a player that does not show up. The sooner you let us know, the sooner we can try to find them. The tournament director will make the decision of when a match is actually forfeited based on the circumstances. Table assignments will be called approximately 15 minutes prior to each match. Score sheets will be delivered to your table by a referee. When your match is called, go to the table you are assigned. If you don't hear your table assignment, this screen will scroll the table numbers for all players participating in the round. Scorekeeping. One score sheet per match will be provided. Both players should keep score. To avoid any errors, be sure the score sheet is legible. Total all innings and games or points and circle the winner. Mark all innings and defensive shots. If it's determined that players are not marking defensive shots, the National Handicap Review Committee may raise skill levels. The referees will be watching for defensive shots to be marked. If they see a defensive shot played that is not marked, they will mark it on your score sheet with red pen. The observers will be watching for this as well. In 8-ball, please make sure you mark early 8s E8, 8-ball scratch 8S, 8 wrong pocket 8WP, 8 on the break 80B, and break and runs BR on the score sheet. In 9-ball, mark 9 on the snap 9OS, and break and runs BR. Patches for break and runs, 8 on the break and 9 on the snap, will be rewarded when the score sheet is turned in. Just come to the control table with the score sheet, whether you won or lost the match. Both players should verify all information on the score sheet before signing. The winner of the match is responsible for making sure the control table receives the score sheet and clipboard. Please stay at the control table with your score sheet until our staff has had a chance to verify the information. Do not make any changes to the score sheet after your opponent has signed. Any player caught fraudulently keeping score or altering the score sheet in any manner will be subject to disqualification. Make sure at the beginning of each match you have your picture ID. It is up to you to verify the ID of your opponent prior to the match starting. If a player does not have their ID at that time, the match is forfeited. To illustrate how important the identification process is, players have been suspended from the league due to players impersonating other players in past events. Although they were the ones who cheated, players allowed it to happen by not checking their identification.
Welcome back. Let's cover a few more important items before we get this tournament underway. If it's brought to our attention that use is soft braking, a warning will be issued, and we will then advance to the penalty level phases described in the rules of conduct in the event program guide. Don't forget the cue ball is always live. Don't touch the cue ball at the end of a game until it's stopped rolling completely. This may result in a foul, however common sense must prevail. Referees are available at all times. If a shot is close, stop the match and call the referee to watch the shot. Referees cannot be expected to rule on a shot they were not asked to watch. The referees for this event are all APA League members who have volunteered for this duty in order to make this an enjoyable event for everyone. Please treat them with the courtesy and respect they deserve. Players treating referees in a disrespectful or uncooperative manner are subject to disqualification by the tournament director. Now we're almost at the end, but this video would not be complete without a few more words from Mr. VO himself, so let's hear what else he has to say.
Help us keep this tournament on schedule. Slow play will not be tolerated. Keep the matches moving. A sportsmanship award is presented in these events. Vote on players for sportsmanship by coming to the control table with the nomination form from the event program, or making a note on your score sheet that you'd like to nominate a player that's been a good sport. Our policy regarding protests. We have official protest forms here at the control table, and the protest fee is $50. Keep in mind, if your protest is in regards to skill levels, Our National Handicap Review Committee reviews all players between each round, whether or not you submit an official protest and pay $50. All you need to do if you have a concern about an opponent's skill level is make a note on your score sheet describing in detail what your concern is. Be as descriptive as possible. Describe the actions that led you to believe a player's handicap is inaccurate.
Well, looky there. You made it all the way through the video. In case you missed any of it, you can find it on our website, poolplayers.com, as well as our Facebook page for reference throughout the tournament. Our opening ceremonies will be starting shortly. We ask that you give the same attention to our opening ceremonies as you have given to Mr. VO and to myself. Our control captain will be giving you table assignments shortly. If you don't hear your table assignment, they'll be posted on this screen. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our staff here at the control table. Thank you for your attention, good luck, and good shooting.